it's 5th versus 1st in the London Underground Football League Division 1 as relegation threatened Elizabeth Line take on title-chasing Overground. A win for either side would take their situations to the final day of the season. However, despite an early chance from Lizzie Line, it was the Oranges that took an early lead, with this lovely cross in from the left that was put on a plate for the Overground striker, whose header made it 1-0 to Overground. But that lead only lasted 7 minutes, as the Purples jumped on a loose ball and a well-placed shot ricocheted off the post to an Elizabeth Line forward who tapped it home to make it 1-1. However, it only took 60 seconds for Overground to regain their advantage, with this through ball that cut through the defence, allowing the striker to round the keeper to put Overground 2-1 up. Elizabeth Line kept pushing forwards, and they were offered a lifeline, as their winger was clumsily brought down in the penalty area, but their striker stepped up and couldn't beat the goalkeeper. However, Elizabeth Line had a second opportunity to score from the spot after this challenge inside the box, and this time they did make it count to make it 2-2. But Overground showed why they were in contention for the title, as they cut through the middle of the Elizabeth Line defence again, and once again the striker rounded the keeper to make it 3-2 to Overground, going in at half-time. In the second half, lightning struck for a third time, as Elizabeth Line won a penalty early in the half for this late challenge from the Overground goalkeeper. However, the kick-taker scuffed his shot and put it wide of the left-hand post. Overground then punished the Purples for their wasted opportunities with this chance, putting them 4-2 up. However, Elizabeth Line found a change in gear, as this shot from a cross-in from the left-hand side made it 4-3, and then the comeback looked as though it was complete, as the Purples made it 4-4. However, things then took a turn for the worse for Elizabeth Line, who were reduced to 10 men after this challenge, and from here, Overground regained control, as this low cross in towards the far post was tapped in to make it 5-4. Elizabeth then did go close, thanks to some silky skills, but a long ball over the top was pounced upon by an Overground striker, which the Elizabeth Line goalkeeper couldn't deal with. So 6-4 to Overground is how this game ended.